No one can escape from this Jungkook, who is a tan-faced. Now she realizes she should have left when he wanted her to go already. She jerked his bloody hands away, but he still smiled. Don't you like the smell of blood? She didn't respond, nor did she shake her head. From now on, you have to start your duty. What? She wanted to refuse, but he placed his bloody hand on her chin, staining her skin. I already warned you, but you choose this yourself, so you have to get used to it and become a caretaker. So this is what I do when I get bored, he said, looking back over his shoulder at the dead body. By the way, what's your name? Why? How could you really kill him? Jungkook observed how her lips trembled, still daring to ask him. But she dared because she already considered him as a psychopath. Isn't it a crime to kill an innocent person, Master? What? You ask me as you really don't know anything about me, he said, mocking. Yes, I really don't know much about you except your name and your father. Jungkook couldn't believe it, but he had to, because if she really knew about him, she definitely wouldn't have agreed to this job. Well, my profession is mafia, and I can kill people as easily as you've already seen, just a while ago. And I killed him because he deserves it. Saying this, he pulled a knife from the wooden door and signaled her to follow him, leaving the room. But before she could follow Jungkook, she glanced at the guard. Why did your boss kill him? He tried to sell our information to the enemies for money. For the small reason he killed him? That's not a small matter. He tried to backstab the boss with another gang, but he was unlucky. Before they could, the boss killed him. Anyway, the boss doesn't see if there was any mistake. Small or big, he will give terrible punishments, that's it. The heck? How could I choose this path with such careless? I should have inquired about them before I agreed. I'm not sure. What if you kill me too? If I make any mistake or can't prove myself? Yes, ask me. Why didn't you tell me your master was a mafia? What? So you agreed this job with zero knowledge about the young master? But how could you do it? Because I needed money. But who would think they would directly fall into this danger? My legs are still shivering since I witnessed the murder. My heart is beating so fast to see Master Jungkook. He was more dangerous than a monster. But you have to do this job because you are the only one who asked him for one chance. Even though he gave you a chance to leave, try to do your job pretending to be a courageous caretaker until Master John comes back. Should I do this job? I think I can't. If you can, there is nothing to wonder if I could kill you. Yes, it's better to do your duty and try your best rather than regret later if you fail. After some time, when Jungkook left the mansion for some work, Vaughn went inside the room to clean the whole room. She knows he doesn't like it, but she was trying something new. She even took all the alcohol bottles, glasses from his room, arranged beautiful paintings in his room wall, changing it from a scary room to a beautiful wall. When it's almost 1 o'clock late at night, Vaughn had to sleep in the dining area, waiting for him there. Meanwhile, Jungkook came back to the mansion, went directly to his room. When he opened the door, the room entrance, the view hit his eyes beautifully, which he hates, triggering his anger easily. Then he shouted, Vaughn! She flinched even in her deep sleep and ran to his room. Immediately, she found him searching aggressively for alcohol. The glass cup was in frustration. Master? She swallowed when he showed her a serious death glare. Where are the drinks? I threw them. Not letting her compete, he clutched her neck, forcing her to step back and smashed her back against the wall, pinning her to it by clutching her back with his palm tightly wrapping around her neck. Could I give you permission to touch them? I'm sorry, please let me go. She couldn't even ask properly. You have messed with the wrong person. Now I'm gonna destroy you until there is nothing left but pieces of you everywhere. He roared as his iron grip and her tightened, shutting her. She struggled to catch her breath, but when she tried to release his grip, it had no impact on him. Tears welled up in her eyes, causing her to cry. He left as soon as he saw a single tear in her eye. He started aggressively begging and smashing the furniture in the room out of anger, not paying attention to her. In just 1 minute, he completely ruined his own bedroom, transforming it from beautiful to destroyed. She tried to stop him, but he didn't listen. When he saw the revolver, he took it, causing her to gasp in shock. How the hell did you throw them? You can kill me if you still want to, but please listen to what I need to explain to you. It wasn't that hard for him to pull the trigger as he pointed it at her, but it seemed he was waiting for her explanation first. How can I prove myself without making any attempt? I could take money from your dad by lying to him, saying I'm doing my best here. But I don't want to be a fraud attitude. I can confront you, at least make a 1% change, master. If you still think I have messed up, you can do whatever you want. I'll bear it. She lowered her head, prepared to endure any harm he might inflict. Even if he decided he should her, but he couldn't bring himself to take any action. You girls do whatever the hell you want, not giving a damn about anyone else. I hate all of you, you big damn girl. He cursed as he threw the revolver, then sat at the edge of the bed, giving her a dark stare. A few seconds passed, but her still not lifting her head to look at him. Seconds turned into minutes, but he didn't break his stare at her, and she didn't move from her posture, the tension evident in her eyes. It's shitty for me to shoot you, but what you attempt is your duty, even though it's your first day. I'm impressed, okay? She looked up with a bright expression, her eyes sparkling too. Thanks, master. Before tomorrow, put the new rings here. When I open my eyes, there must be all rings available there. But master, he let his back land on the bed as he slid slightly into sleeping. She furrowed her eyebrows. Did he fall asleep? She took a step closer, narrowing her eyebrows, and realizing his tight sleeping face, and she sighed and let off the bed. I know, master, you would get this angry because you are a short temper. But I also need to do my duty, even if it triggers you. Even though I have learned from dealing with alcohol addicts how dangerous it can be, how can it make a person lose control? She stepped one step closer to him. She also got on the bed, trying to drag him to make him lie down properly because his legs were dangling off the edge. After dragging him, making his body comfortable sleeping on the bed, she took off his shoes and socks. Then she took a closer look at his face. This might have been the first time she was seeing him properly and clearly, as she had never looked at him before this moment. She didn't blink as she gazed at him, but when she heard the maid's voice, she scoffed. Miss, what are you doing with the young master? The maid was shocked to see Wyan on the bed with sleeping Jungkook, with Wyan still holding Jungkook's leg. Nothing, I was just removing his shoe to make his sleep comfortable. Oh, she smiled stupidly but then smiled. But when I saw it, I found you lost in staring at him. What's the matter? Did you fall for him? One stopped up, shaking her head as she said no. She got off the bed, walked near to the blind, folding her arms over her chest. How could you think I could fall for a man like him? He's dangerous. The maid gave Wyan a judgmental look, again causing Wyan to gasp. I'll tell you something. He's really handsome, rich. He doesn't have any affairs with girls. But why is he ruining? How would I know? But ask John Master. He might tell you. Definitely I'll ask him. I want his number. Can you give it to me? I can, but may I know why are you showing this much care? I'm his caretaker, and if I know what made him like that, then it will help me change him back to normal again. Okay, come with me, I'll give you the number. She was about to leave, But Vine first took a blanket, covered him, and checked him again to make sure he was okay. Then she left. Next morning at 7 a.m., Vine was wondering whether she should call them. She hadn't called his phone because she thought he must be sleeping at night. But she received a call from her dad. She hesitated before answering, but immediately decided to pick up the call. Hello, Dad. Hello, Vine. Where were you? At John's house, Dad. She didn't reveal more because she thought her dad might get also scared like she did yesterday. Why, dear? Why are you silent? No, you forgot about me, didn't you? He asked her with slight anger evident in his tone. I know, man. I was just busy with my duty. I'm angry, Nunu. I thought you would call me on the phone at least last night. I'm sorry, man. Please forgive you, Nuna, this time. Okay, I'll only forgive you after you visit me today. What? No, man. I don't think they will let me get a leave. I don't know. I just wanna see you today. He gave his phone to his dad. One, is work hard for you? No, Dad. It's easy for me. Thank God. I'm feeling relieved too. Mr. John paid the bills, even gave us extra money. Why did you take extra money, Dad? I said no at first, but he convinced me. He's kind one. Even though I said no, he kinda convinced me. Okay, Dad. Okay, but please come here once. Your brother isn't listening to me here. Sure, Dad. Bye. She hangs up the call. Then she immediately dialed John's number and after 2 rings, he answered the call. Hello, who is speaking? Mr. John, I'm Ryan. Oh, Ryan, why did you call me early in the morning? Mr. John, why did you give extra money to my dad? For the extra expenses. They are in hospital, so of course they need money at any cost. Why didn't you tell me your son is a mafia? You know how scared I was. I'm sorry. I was hesitant to tell you. I wanted to tell you a few days later, but you found out by yourself. Rose her eyes in frustration. I want to know something important about your son. Can you tell me? Sure. Why does your son hate girls? What made him addicted to alcohol and violence? Why is he always angry? John didn't answer. Mr. John, if you didn't tell me, how can I change your son? You can trust me. Tell me. I won't tell anyone. Promise. I used to write a diary. You can read it and know the reasons. The diary is in Jungkook's bedroom, in the left side locker. The locker key is in with Jungkook's car key. Just dated from 11 years ago, starting on Jungkook's birthday. Okay, thank you, Mr. John. I'll hang up the call. Okay, he hung up the call. She immediately went to Jungkook's room. She picked up Jungkook from outside the room. Then she stepped inside, realizing he wouldn't wake up until 10 a.m. She searched for the key, found it on the floor. Taking it, she went to the locker and opened it, finding a diary with Jungkook's childhood picture. She was mesmerized by Jungkook's childhood picture. In it, he looked even cuter with short hair, painted milky skin, and a smiling face. Automatically, she smiled too. So cute, she said to herself and took the diary sitting there on the floor. Without reading anything, she flipped through the pages until 11 years ago, starting when it talked about Jungkook's 50th birthday. It mentioned coming home from a mission with many gifts in his hand, only to find the bedroom doors open but no one inside. There was a letter. I didn't know why I was getting nervous, but with gifts in my hand, I wanted to read the letter, seeing my wife's handwriting. I dropped all the gifts in shock. She had written that she was leaving because she was tired of me and had found another guy. She didn't want her son Jungkook either, because she didn't want to be a mother. That's when I heard my Jungkook sniffing, leaning his head against his knees in the corner of the room. I called his name with my cracked tone, and when he heard me, he looked at me, raising his head with tears. He ran to me, hugged me, then I burst into tears, hugging my son. So from that day, we both have been living our worst. We both even forgot what happiness is. But one day we saw his move with another guy. That guy was taller and more handsome than me. When she saw me, I thought she would talk to me, but she gave an annoying expression passed by me. But out of nowhere, Jungkook came held his mom's hand and said "Mom" while crying. Then I couldn't stop Jungkook, but I had to slap her when she jerked my Jungkook's hand and tried to push him. Then she said she hates us so much. Why do we still want her? Angrily. I raised my hand again, but I stopped myself from touching the dirty woman. I left from there with Jungkook feeling angry. In that anger, I used to drink alcohol very much. But I made a mistake. Maybe Jungkook thought it would calm his loneliness and make him stronger. He also started drinking it and became out of control of everything. There are many entries written by John about Jungkook's pain, how he used to cry and how his love towards his mom turned into hate. The diary also described how Jungkook grew up with a rude personality, reading everything about Jungkook's past. Wine felt sad, but she closed the book, unable to continue reading more, and she looked at sleeping Jungkook. But the phone receiving messages from his dad, she looked at the phone reading them. I hope you can change my Jungkook. She replied to the messages saying, You have helped me a lot. I'll make sure your son gets back to his old self. That's my promise to you.